Morning, everyone, and welcome to the fifth day of our virtual series. Today's theme is mental health and well-being, featuring the insightful e-poster presentation Beyond Skin Deep: How Societal Beauty Standards Fuel Low Self-Esteem, Social Anxiety, and the Pedestal of Inferiority, submitted by Swai Zainab. This important topic encourages us to reflect on how unrealistic beauty standards can affect confidence, self worth, and mental health, especially among young people. We look forward to an encouraging and meaningful presentation that inspires self acceptance, empathy, and positive change. Ms. Uswa, you can start your presentation.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, Miss Rimsha, for this opportunity. Hello, everyone. My name is Uswai Zainab, and I'm a graduate in Fine Arts and Design and a strong advocate of mental well being, especially for women. And before I start, I want to tell you a story. A few years ago, when I was in intermediate college, I knew a girl, let's call her Aisha. She was kind, hardworking, and had a warm personality, but she never really fit the society's standards of beauty. She had dark skin, a broader nose, and features that weren't celebrated in movies or on social media. Aisha got married young. Recently, I ran into her again, and she looked exhausted. When I asked about how she was, she opened up about her marriage. She told me her husband had a completely different personality, and she didn't connect with him. He never stood up for her. She felt alone in her own home. And then she said something I will never forget. She looked at me and said, "Only if he was good looking, I would have bore it all happily." Think about that for a moment. She was in a marriage where their personalities didn't match, where she felt unsupported and lonely. And she was saying, if he were at least handsome, I could tolerate all of this. I could compromise with everything and I could live with the unhappiness. That moment changed how I see this whole issue. It's not just about wanting to look good. It's about believing that beauty is the only thing that makes suffering worthwhile. That if you don't have beauty, you don't deserve better. And if your partner doesn't have beauty, you have no reason to stay. Yet you stay anyway because you don't think you can find anything better. Today, I'm going to walk you through my poster called Beyond Skin Deep. It explores how beauty standards, especially around skin color and features, lead to low self esteem, social anxiety, and this deep feeling of inferiority. So let's get started. Let's start with the first section of my poster where I explain the problem and how it actually works in our minds. We live in a world that's obsessed with image. Every day we see photos on social media, ads, and movies that show one narrow standard of beauty. Usually it's light skin, straight hair, sharp jawline, and Eurocentric features. If your natural appearance doesn't match that, life becomes a quiet struggle. You start to feel like you don't belong in your own skin. But how does this actually happen? There are three main reasons. First, we compare ourselves to others. It's human nature. But when the ideal is impossible to reach, comparing yourself to it over and over just makes you feel worse. Second, we start watching ourselves from the outside. We become our own critics. We constantly check how we look, wondering what other people are thinking. This takes up so much mental energy and creates constant anxiety. Third, we absorb the messages around us. Over time, we start believing what society keeps telling us. We think our darker skin, our wider nose, our natural hair is wrong. Here's a simple example. How many people with darker skin use skin lightening creams? How many people with curly hair straighten it every day? They're not doing this because they want to. They are doing it because they have learned to believe their natural